Hello all, welcome to this channel Learn to Excel. You're with me, Sharmila. Today we're going to speak about the techniques of brainstorming, and this is in continuation of the brainstorming topic. So let's get started. If we are working as part of a team, we will surely be part of a brainstorming session at some point of the time. We can say it's a very common process or practice that many businesses use to generate new ideas or to come up with solutions for the problems that we might be facing. So we might be doing brainstorming with one technique which was taught to us, but let me tell you, there are many different brainstorming techniques that we can use depending on the team structure or the goals that we want to achieve, or even the personality of the participants that we might be having. So these are the various brainstorming techniques that we have. We're not going to cover all of these, but we'll speak one or two main topics which is commonly used. Um, so the 10 different types of brainstorming techniques are brain writing, figure storming, brain netting, rapid ideation, round robin brainstorming, star bursting, stepladder brainstorming, why analysis, reverse brainstorming, mind mapping. Okay, so let's look at one particular type of brainstorming that we usually use, rapid ideation. So, rapid ideation is what you are mostly likely to picture when someone says a brainstorming session, right? This is a very common technique used by all of us, maybe without knowing what the technique is called as. So, this technique starts by bringing the team together into a room and presenting them the context of the meeting. For example, a facilitator could speak about a problem and list down the questions that need to be solved, and also will provide details about what are the goals and by when we need to be achieving them. From then on, the team will write down as many ideas as possible. So the ideas gets recorded as and when it gets shared without any filtering or judgment. So the overall goal of this method is to generate as many ideas as possible and then refine and expand on those ideas after that. So if you see on this slide, right, we see there has been a brainstorming session, and team has generated various ideas. So if you see here, the different post-its that we see over here, the team might be handed over a post-it for them to write down their ideas, right? So the once the is written down, that gets posted on the board. Irrespective of what the idea is, it gets listed down on the board. Once all the ideas are generated, the next step in the process is to segregate them. So if you see here, pink color might be one poster that one person is using, orange another person. So it gets listed over here, but when it gets segregated or classified into specifics. So if you see in this particular problem, the ideas that is being generated is classified into four categories. One is unified data tools. All ideas related to data tools is put up on this. Next is better appeals or education. What requires some training or anything related to some education or knowledge sharing, they have listed down under this category. The next category is email acquisition tactics or lead generation. So the ideas related to this particular heading is listed over here. Then cultural change. What is that is being listed as ideas that gets posted under that. So once all these are segregated, what the team will do is they'll pick the best ideas out of these and they'll start building on top of that. So whichever is the best idea, they will pick those particular ideas and try to action them to ensure that those ideas help them solve the problem. So here's a quick step-by-step approach to this particular technique. So the activity begins with a quick warm-up, and this is required for any brainstorming session. the next step is to let the team to think freely and to share ideas without any judgment. Then let the team know that it is all about quantity and not quality of the ideas, so that they're able to speak up freely. Then engage the team, right, so that they are able to come up with more ideas, like engage them physically also, like they can write it on the post-it and they themselves can come and post it on the board, so having some physical activity as well. Then clustering the ideas as we can see over them and putting them under themes. Then whatever is the solution or the ideas which best suits the problem, you pick those and then you build upon that, right? So that is all about the rapid ideation technique. Okay, we will look at one other technique as well over here. So this technique is called 5 why analysis. I'm sure most of us would have heard about what a 5 why analysis is all about. So this technique is all about asking a, a question 5 times as to why the problem occurred, so that you get to the bottom of the root cause. So in this case, if you see in this particular example, the problem here is that person has ran into a red light. Okay, so we ask a question: why the person ran into a red light? The person says that got late for work, so probably they had to rush through, right? So then we ask another question as to why he was late for work. Then he say woke up late. Then why the person woke up late? Then the person says the alarm clock broke. Again, there is a why, the fourth why, asking why the alarm clock broke. The answer to that is didn't check it if it worked. Then again, there is a question as to why didn't check if it worked. Person says forgot to do it last night. So that was the root cause of this problem of running into a red light. So if this problem was fixed, then the main issue will be taken care, right? So the root cause is identified by coming up with the 5 questions as to why. So this is another technique, and I'm sure this is another technique, a very common technique that we would have come across. This why analysis is frequently used in quality controls or project management, mostly to root cause a particular issue, and it's an effective tool to identify problem areas in a large process of workflow. So, this technique of brainstorming of why analysis can be performed as a group to clarify where the issues are likely to occur. So, it can be performed as a group or also individually. So, the basic process remains the same, where the facilitator or the project manager introduce the problem to the team, speaks about the goal that need to be achieved and when, and then you start with the why analysis technique to arrive at ideas or to identify the root cause for the problems that you might be facing. So this is one other technique. Let's quickly see the last technique. This is about mind mapping. Mind mapping also is more or less similar to a rapid ideation, but in this technique, it is more of a visual representation of ideas. As you can see over here, it is more of visual representation of ideas, words, images, colors, and that helps us to focus on the core topic. So in this example, as you can see, the main topic is about health. Okay, so the various ideas that you come up with, you branch it out, right? How can you improve your health? Right, so for that you come up with ideas of sleep, one branch, then diet, health, exercise, stress. So all these 5 different categories, you again branch out and see what are the different types of details that you need to be aware of to ensure that this problem is taken care, right? So this mind mapping actually helps us to structure and plan really well and combine various types of ideas into one thought relationship. So that's what we will see over, but the core technique of brainstorming will remain the same. So these are the various techniques of brainstorming. Again, As I mentioned, it all depends on what is the goal that we have to achieve, what is the problem at hand, and what is the diversity of the team that we have before we can choose the technique that we want to use. Okay, so that's all about the brainstorming techniques. If you have any questions or any feedback, please leave the comments in the comment section. Thanks so much. Please do subscribe and share.